Well, hello. It is tutorial time. So I figured rather than trying to connect with you that I could just make a quick video and you can come back and reference this sometime if you need to, which you couldn't if we did it live. So maybe it's better this way. But, then we lose that personal element a little bit. So it's not truly better, but maybe more practical. I don't know. Anyway, there's tons of textures that you can find out there on the web. I've bought some over the years. This is a pack that I got from the creativemarket.com. And there's just all these kind of sweet, ink wash, whatever that is. So neat textures. Some are pretty hard and others are a little bit lighter. But I think this is one that I really liked. So let's use this one. And basically when you're looking at something in GIMP, like a texture like this, you can then just drag a layer to an existing project that's open. So I opened the project that you sent me. So I bring my texture over and then just let go. Just let go, BRI, okay? Now before we do anything, I'm going to adjust the image. Maybe I can make it more dusty. Actually it's kind of cool where it is, isn't it? Actually I always say I'm gonna, but that's not really a word. So I'm going to just twist this around a little bit and see what things look like a little bit. Ooh, maybe if this dirt is up. Anyway, I can drag this. This probably looks like insane right now as I'm doing this video, and it looks really like something you don't want to do. There is kind of a lag right here. Okay, so we'll rotate it, and maybe I shouldn't have done that. My computer sounds like it's going to take off. Okay, yeah, that's sweet. So again, we might not want it just there. So if you press the M key, that allows you to quickly grab your stuff, move it around. I can kind of do something like that. Ooh, that's kind of cool. So everything's a little bit dirty, but it's extra dirty where the dust is up there. Huh? Maybe? Not? What do you think? You're not responding. I just asked, what do you think? Okay. See, that's why live would be better. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Let's see what that looks like. All right, so now we want this texture not to be over the entire image space, the canvas area that we have, but just over this white area. So you go to that layer, and then we want to grab the alpha channel, our alpha to selection. So now it's selected just that image. Now that image itself actually is a square that extends beyond these circular radius edges. And so what the alpha to selection does is it basically says, I don't want to grab any transparency, I only want to grab the image. So it's only grabbing that white space area. And then the next thing we do is go to our image here. And this might not be the most efficient way, but this is just the way that I figured out how to do it. So now I'm going to press Command X to cut it, and then Command V to paste it. And then when you have a new layer, you want to make it be a new layer. Because if you don't say new layer, then long story short, it won't work out the way you want it to. So anyway, now we don't need this other stuff anymore. So let's get rid of that other stuff, right? And we can actually just trash it if we want. And now we've got this awesome image. Now there's a couple things to consider. And it is, do we want this garbagey look to be kind of underneath the broom maybe? Okay, you can't see the broom that well, but also maybe this is it's too heavy, so we can come and change the opacity so it's not quite as heavy, right? And that way we're just kind of getting that dirty texture that you wanted. So maybe a 37, let's go like let's see what 50 is. No, that's kind of good, I like 50, but maybe we'll go 40, kind of mid-tone. And then maybe you want this gray to be more of a color of some sort. And so there are several things that you can do, like anyway, maybe that's good the way it is. Another thing you can do is, like, let's say I want to play with this layer. Two-finger click it, duplicate the layer. Let's hide one. We'll save the original actually and just dink around with this other one. So maybe you want to change the color of this. So you can go to colors and then hue and saturation. And if we get some lightness in here, like it may not let us. What if I'm fully saturated? Will it let me do color? Doesn't look like it. So it's not going to let me do color. One thing we could do, I think this might work, might not, but let's test it. Let's get rid of this so we can kind of see it in its. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like it with that blue. That's fancy. Okay, so let me think here. We could go to colors and maybe brightness and contrast. There's a way that you can colorify things, and that's not what we want to do right here. Oh, maybe if we kind of go to colors and invert. So now we have it that those colors are white instead, and you can kind of see it over here on the right. They're white instead of black because I inverted them, and that's actually really sweet. Because when something's white, you can colorize it and do whatever you want. So let's come take a look at this. So now you can't see that dust, right? But it's still there. You just can't see it because it's white. But if it's black, you can see it, right? Or a shade of black. So I've got this layer selected. Now I can go to colors, the colors menu. I have a tool that allows me to just use it instead of always coming up here to the. And you can't even see when I'm out of this box. I'm going like way up to the menu, but I've got this tool with when I swipe 3 fingers down, it lets me have my whole top menu right at my fingertips. So, of course. So let's colorify. We're going to colorify that layer. Actually, this might not look as good as I was intending, but we could go with like a brown or something. Where would brown be on the spectrum? Maybe in there. That kind of. Actually, I could grab this and do kind of a hue of that maybe. No? Where'd it go? It just disappeared on me. This is a super long video. I'm sorry. But I'm just trying to toy around with this to see if we can get some other colors. So again, colorify. And we're going to try to change this. Maybe I have to press and hold. No, it's not letting me. Oh, so I have this other tool that's pretty sweet. It's my screenshot tool that I can use, and then I just basically put it anywhere, and instead of doing a screenshot, I just press Command C and it grabs that color. So I can do that here. Wow. We've got some serious lag going on. Alright, so there's that color. Now, maybe I want like a darker version of it, or a lighter version. Let's see what that looks like. That makes it just look kind of dusty. Huh? What do you think? It's sweet. So yeah, that's like kind of the same hue. I just undid it, but let's do it one more time. Go to colors and colorify. And again, I still have it on my clipboard, so I'm going to grab that main color, and then I'm just using this to kind of tweak the saturation. The hue is the color. Saturation is like if you desaturate something, it goes to black and white, right? Or it's really saturated in that particular color. So I just desaturated it a little bit, and that gave us a nice color. I wonder how it would look if we went this direction. I think let's. Really liked what happened last time, but maybe we'll just do a little bit less. There we go. I think that's good. So that's it. Now we have that badge, and that's what it looks like. Ooh yeah. Sweet, eh? You have this nice texture and kind of some extra heaviness over here. And then export it and call it a day. So anyway, hope this was good and helpful for you. Talk to you later.